Okay, this is just going to be a quick little video. I've been rebuilding the metal battery box for the RADICON robot, and as you can see, this is the bottom edge here that was the worst condition. I've left some hanging so you could kind of see what I was dealing with, but reinforced around the edges and built a new lip piece that holds onto the body out of brass, and of course cobbled together some new contacts for the whole bottom edge. But what I found out, and I hadn't really thought of it being a problem before, back in the 1950s, all batteries were wrapped with a cardboard around them. You know, they would say whatever the brand name was, Burgess or Eveready or whatever, your 9 Lives. And today's ones are either wrapped with a very thin plastic foil, or in some cases are just printed and not at all. So what I found is that if you take a voltmeter and you check on 90% of them, your positive end is the whole metal case as well. So for example, if you put a voltmeter on the negative end and just poke the probe your voltmeter in the side, you'll get positive voltage. I think the only one that was different was the Panasonic. I believe its outer shell was negative. But that doesn't change the fact that when you're dealing with this vintage battery box like this one that has this clip, which you can see I've put heat shrink around to try to isolate it. I've added some little pieces of rubber to the ends there. What I found is when I loaded this thing with batteries, everything was fine. There's no shorts. I checked the continuity of all my contacts. But once you latch this guy down, it digs the whole length of this piece of metal, which is connected to the frame, would dig in. But even right up here where I can't put anything, that edge there will dig right into the batteries. I don't remember which one I had here, but you could actually see the marks just from 1 second of being latched in, which short out the batteries, because that's the positive side. This whole case is connected to ground when the switch is turned on, and it would short out the batteries. So I guess if you have a vintage toy that has an all-metal box, you might want to make sure there's no sharp edges or anything that the batteries can touch other than the contacts, because that could short out the batteries. But if you, more to the point, if you have a RADICON and this latch is in there, it's part of it. I tried this as a solution, like I just said. Doesn't work because it still digs in right here and shorts out. What you'll probably want to do is get a piece of cardboard, like from a cereal box, and cut yourself a strip. So once you've loaded the batteries in there, you can lay that strip of cardboard across the top of the batteries. Then you can go ahead and latch it in, and this should just dig into the cardboard and not into the batteries, because it shorts them out. I heated up one of these really well before I figured out what the heck was going on, you know, and rechecked all my contacts and everything was fine. But just bizarre.